Good morning. What's the story this time? So, while I'm back home for a couple of weeks, enjoying so seems like a kind of like a normal, if normal exists, weather. Don't see any. Can you see? I cannot see any planes, any signs of modification. Seems like I'm on seaside. Someone put those chairs on the beach, and I'm enjoying the sea view. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. The story it's in a not a seaside town, but not in Italy, but in England. A few weeks ago, I went to help a couple of friends that owns a shop in Whitstable, and I got a train from London Victoria. I took the earliest train so that if there was any delay or any issues, I would have plenty of time to get at work on time. So all went smooth until I closed my eyes, trying to meditate and to relax and to rest, only for falling asleep. I mean, this is probably the second time in my entire current lifetime to falling asleep on the train without realizing. But that was enough for me to miss the change in the Faversham and to wake up when I was almost to Canterbury East. Now, I I checked the train back to Faversham, and it said that I would arrive 10 minutes later than the train that I had to take to Whitstable. So the next one would have been 30 minutes later, so that means I would be late. And that was a day where I had no one coming to help me, so I was the only one in the shop, so that means I would be opening the shop late. So I arrived in Canterbury. I waited for the next train back to Faversham, and I just wish that something would happen and the other train would be late, so that I could get on time to open the shop. So while I was waiting, I started to thinking about the time, like a few years earlier, when actually always for the same reason I was in Whitstable to help friends, and I basically made a silly mistake that actually I didn't even know that was a mistake until it was too late. So basically, I booked a return ticket with National Express, so the bus company, from Canterbury, because at the time, the day before, I stayed in Canterbury to visit the town, and then the day after, I would be in Whitstable for work. And because previously I went to Whitstable for a day trip, took my bus from Whitstable, I assumed that the bus would automatically do all the stops back to London. And at that time, I didn't realize that because of my return ticket was from Canterbury, the bus would leave from obviously Canterbury, but because the bus, no one booked a ticket from Whitstable, the bus did not stop. So I didn't know. So I booked the bus, the last bus that was at 10:20, I think. So I went to wait for it. The bus didn't show up. 11, 11:30. I get on the website where you can live track the bus. The bus was already on the way to London. So the bus was gone. There would be no more buses. There was no more trains because I waited too long, so I missed even the last train back to London. And what to do? At the time I wasn't close to the shop's owner, so there was no way I could call them. It was too late to call the hostel where I stayed the night before. So the only way was to basically just spend the night there. But I had a job in the morning, and the earliest train that would get me almost on time would leave from Canterbury East. So I walked all my way back to Canterbury. I already wrote and talked about it in another post, but anyway, briefly, I walked all the way back. There was like 1 hour and a half walking back to the town, and basically it was freezing. And obviously I wasn't expecting to spend the night there, so I didn't have the right gears to spend the night outside, and it was autumn and it was really cold. So initially I went to a kebab shop, had some chips and pizza, but eventually they kicked me out because I fell asleep. And so I started to try to find a place to stay, and all the churches, they were all closed, all like completely shut, and it's it's sarcastic considering that all those religious priests always preach charity, compassion, helping the poor. I was a fucking poor in that moment, freezing the fucking cold, and the church was fucking closed. Why? They would tell you, for safety. Safety of what? You are a priest. There is nothing material that you need to be concerning. If you had your church open, people like me and homeless, they were freezing in the cold, they had a warm place to stay and repair themselves from the rain. But it's easy to preach. It's another thing to actually put into action and actually to do. It's different things to do what you preach. It's easy to preach. It's different when you actually have to do it. Anyway, I try to sleep. So in Canterbury there is the way, now I can't remember in English the name, but to cross the station you have a two-way to do it. To cross the railways, you can go underground, or you have like above, you can walk above the train that is normally covered. So at the time I remember I tried to sleep inside, but it was still very cold, and basically I spent all night walking in town, try to warm myself up. Anyway, there was just memories, and looking at the place where I tried to sleep in the station at the time. Anyway, the train arrives. I reach Faversham, and wonderful. The train, the coincidence that I had to take to get to Whitstable was 10 minutes late. So when I arrived, the train didn't arrive yet, and it was like, bless, that someone is actually looking after me today. So I would be on time. I would be actually on time to open the shop. So the train arrives. I was listening some relaxing music, and as I stepped into the train, into the carriage, a young guy grabbed my arm to draw my attention and tells me, this is the wrong carriage, you need to go in the front. So I start to run because I was almost about to leave. I start to run, I get inside the right carriage. I ask the people inside, is the train to Whitstable? Yes, it is. And then while I was inside, I start to think, I was like, how this guy knew that I had to go to Whitstable? Like, did he hear me when I asked to some of the some of the people that works there in the station? Because when I left the train from Canterbury, I asked which was the platform to Whitstable. So did he hear me? So maybe he might have heard me, and that's why he knew. But still, why amongst all the people that was getting inside the wrong carriage, why it came to me? So I searched for him inside the carriage. I found him and asked, listen, just like, thank you for that, but how did you know that I had to go to Whitstable? He looked at me and was like, I don't know, I knew. So at that point, like, there was no need to say more. I thanked him again, and I already knew that day, for whatever reason, there is always a reason. It's just that sometimes we don't know which is the reason. I was looked after. Like, I was looked after. The other side, guardian angels, soul teams, you call it. Someone was looking after me, and I strongly believe that the guy was guided to help me to get on that carriage, to get on time. So I take the train leaves, I arrive perfectly on time, open the shop on time. So I strongly believe, at least based on my personal journey, that I was helped, and I was happy because I was calm, I was in peace, I was no worry. So my inner energies were, I would say, high enough that would match all the higher frequencies that surround us on a daily basis. And that's how they could interfere with my reality, so to be helped to get to open the shop on time. Now, this is just an illusion. Like, what we call reality is not real. We've been raised as a little kids to become slave of a system that we don't understand, slave of an existence that we don't understand. We don't know why we are here. We don't know what it's all about. We only have theories, beliefs, and we have a faith to guide us through this mystery. Now, obviously, for me, at least for me, in my journey, once I reach a point in life to realize that all of this is such a huge mystery, and all I've been told, it's just basically people, beliefs imposed on me. Everything is an illusion. The system is crap. And now I would be okay if the system I was born in would be fair, justice, and just and honest, where everyone help each other. So I would say the kind of system they indoctrinate me was a system where kindness and love and sharing is the main law. But I've been indoctrinated since I was a baby to just believe that I am my ego, I have a free will, I can make choices. It's all about me, that I was special to born in a certain part of the world, and to not give a shit about anyone except myself, and to gain material objects that are bullshit, and to believe that I need more money and I need the status and I need this, I need that to be happy and successful. And this is all fucking bullshit that they told me since I was little kids. And all it helped me for being to fight with anyone around me to survive. Now, this life is a life where no one knows why they are into this life, but they told us that we need to become the manager, the boss, the CEO. We need to own this, so that life has a meaning. What the fucking means this? I came into this life with nothing. I will live with nothing. And all I've been told is that I needed to get this, I need to be this, I need to have this, I need to be with this person, I needed to have those money, those. And you cannot even have it, because if you try to have it, you're just fighting on a daily basis to survive. That makes you stressed, tired, sad. I mean, what the fuck it is about spending all day doing a so-called job that makes you tired, so tired that you go back and spend the rest of the day resting, and you don't even have the energy to enjoy the people you care. What the fuck? This is a bullshit system. So doesn't make sense. And when you realize that nothing of this makes sense, how can you keep going through life trying to become someone, to have a certain relationship, to buy a car, a house? How can you cannot, because you just don't care anymore. It's like, what's the point? I don't want to suffer, I don't want to struggle, I don't want to fight, I don't want to fight with my fellow human beings. I don't want it. I don't want to kill, I don't want to hate, I don't want to suffer, I don't want to be sad. I only want to feel calm, I want to feel in peace, I want to feel love, and I want to give it to others, because we are all on the same boat. We've been taught absolutely the opposite. Absolutely the opposite. I don't want to be part of this bullshit, because it is a bullshit. All is fabricated. Our actions, they decide for us how to think, how to talk, how to behave. This is happening from a very long time. It's not happening just now. Now it probably becomes more evident, but it's been like this for a very long time. There is no accident, there is no coincidence. I feel strongly that as we feel in peace, we can reach another realm, another kind of reality that match our higher frequencies. That the higher frequencies lead to joy, to peace. And those higher frequencies match the reality that is on the same level. That kind of makes me realize that that's probably the reason why all our lives are run in a way that all we can feel it's lower frequencies. All we can feel is sadness, anger, being tired, compete, detached. Basically, seems like there is a sort of design that wants us to be on those lower energy in a daily basis. All the news, it's only about bad news. Everything it's about lowering our frequency. So it feels to me there is a design into place that wants that. So probably the best act of rebellion is to realizing that and keep our inner energy in peace and as high as possible. Again, this is based on my journey, and I can see that when this is happen, the external so-called reality that I don't believe to be real at all, it matches that frequency. Give it a try. Have a wonderful day, my friends. I'm enjoy this beautiful time until it lasts. Look at that. Peace and love.